First off, let me be the first one to say to you, I apologize for any misfortune or harm that I may have caused you in the past. And I hope that with God's mercy, that you'll see and understand the transformation I went through, trying to become the person who humbly brings himself before you today. I pray that our great Creator will not only guide you, but take you along this long journey to truth, to help you understand what it is that He has to offer you. For me, all I can do is thank the Creator for all the wonderful things He has blessed me with. Such a lovely life, never really having to suffer much in my life, never really being extremely sick or ill or in a wrong state of mind, or any evil rage toward another person, or hateful or mistrusting. Now, I have had some days that I probably I wasn't the best person to speak to, or talk to, or even be around. I've had some days, some may say, were very, very, very bad, or days that some might say were mental lapse in time, or a time where I forgot who I was or myself. Well, it wasn't that. It was that I did not know myself or who I was or who I am or who I intended to be. As a small kid, I knew I was being pruned or gotten ready to go into ministry. My grandmother was a very, 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 very strong, God-fearing woman. She came up in the time of slavery. She managed to separate herself once they were free and managed to get out and make something of herself. I'm very thankful for that. Because of my grandmother, I'm able to say that I feel that I have accomplished many things as well, considering how far down the ladder I was and how far up the ladder I've climbed. I want to thank God for all of that and everything that He has given me here, because I know He's given me here what He has given me in heaven because of the prayer I used to say every day. I've asked God to have mercy on me and to forgive me. And I know that most of you have done the same thing. We've said the Lord's Prayer over and over and over and over and over and over. Our parents enforced that because that's what we understood Jesus to have told us to do. And I thank Yahweh the Almighty for sending Yahweh to us and allowing Yah to bless us, correct us, and show us what grace really is. Now, some of you just hearing the word Yah, Yahushua, Yahweh, Elohim, all of these are the names of God. Now, through my study, I've figured out that each version of these are just simply different Semitic ways of saying what the English call God. However, His name is not God. We should call Him what His name is. The people who are of power now suggested that their idols take the place of our God. And the only way to do that is to change the name of the Most High to something that was more agreeable to them. Something where they weren't actually calling the Most High because they know that the Most High is there. But they were actually saying something that you could kind of use as a catch-all phrase, so that you could choose any particular God that you wanted in your prayer, or whatever you had in your heart, per se, that God in your heart, and you would not offend that God in your heart by saying that. But I'm sure the Most High and His grace, that's the whole point of grace, to give us the opportunity to seek His face, to try to get to know Him. There have been many prophets, and there have been many arguments and confusions about who brought what book, why this book is here, and this and that, and all of that. But you have to go back to your original understanding. These books are the Word, or is the Word of God, which was inspired by God and written by men. And in that, you can only look at yourself to kind of judge trust. I don't know if you're an author. I myself, I am an author. I write. I have been intending to write a book ever since I was of the beautiful age of 10 years old. I have wrote many, but no one other than myself has read any. Just here recently, I finished my first book of prayer. My family, if any of them chose to open the email, may have read it. But the point is now it is out of my hand and in the world. It stopped being a thought and it became a reality. And I can share it with whom I wish. I'm also a musician. I've made music for several artists. I have sent it out. I have given it to them. That is no longer a thing that I am seeing that I want to be. That is a thing I am. And finally, after 50 years of avoiding it as much as I possibly could, because I didn't feel that I was ready, I didn't want to be one of those the pretty preachers who don't really believe or understand the Word of God and teach it falsely. I don't want to be known as a false preacher. I would like to be reverenced as one of the men of God who spoke His Word and lived His Word. Now, does that mean living like a sack of potato chips? No, doesn't mean that. Job, who went through quite a bit in his life, the Lord restored him with all sorts of prosperity because God said all here is ours. Who better than us? People trying to do good to be able to be comfortable. I'm not trying to have jets and all that old kind of mess. I'm not finna try to stress out the community to try to have me fly around in a jet for what? When you have the internet, I can be anywhere in the world at almost the exact same time. So I have absolutely no need for a jet. In fact, something must be real wrong if you ever hear me ask for a jet. But what I will ask for is 250 acres. My wife and I have been thinking really hard, how can we make some sort of effort to help the homeless? How can we help the deaf and hard of hearing? How can we help folks who have been mentally and physically challenged or just want to be away from people because right now they can't trust anyone, they just need some me time. We came up with this resort, which would double as a resort and a homeless shelter, giving those folks the opportunity to clean themselves up, have a good meal, and do some honest work that they can be proud of and become a part of something big. We call it the Kingdom Project. My wife and I have worked out many of plans, but we really gonna let God do the planning because He's the best of planners. But we do know, and we finally have reached agreement with Yahweh in presence, because whenever He says two or more of us gather in His name, He's amongst us. We decided that 250 acres was a good goal. It's reasonable. Most ranches that size are reasonable. We're praying that someone gifts it to us, but even if it is gifted to us, we'll still need money to get certain supplies and things like that to get started. Camping gear, tools, tractors, things of that nature. I don't want to build $1 billion church. Two reasons. One, it's not needed. Two, it can't really offer the community anything. Sure, it'll do some good for some contractors that come and build it and whatnot, but I mean long term. That building has to be maintained, taken care of. All those things have to be thought out. Now this resort, much like what you saw with the PTL club, but instead of it being led by men, we're going to let the Lord lead it. we intend to actually have a place where folks can come to. And members of the church should not have to pay an exorbitant price. It should be reasonable, where we can keep the doors open for non-church members and allow church members to choose when they want to come and actually expect the lights to be on. You understand what I'm saying? 'Cause we got to pay light bills just like everybody else. And so we're hoping that folks that are interested in this will give us some sort of contact. You can contact us via our website. You'll see that information and all of that right at the bottom of this video. We use Wix. We are an extremely thrifty couple. We do all that we can to spend the Lord's blessings as wisely as we can, and we'll do the exact same thing with the acreage and donations to help build up that acreage. I know who I am, and I'm finally sitting in my place and doing what I'm supposed to do. And I'm asking you to do what you're supposed to do and think about your future. The way things are going nowadays, it's going to be hard for a lot of people. Some people are going to actually find themselves in need of this service. I would love for you to be a member of our church, to be a part of this community, to stand with us as we go for this goal that the Lord has put on our mind to try to do it. And we pray that He'll continually be pleased with our efforts, and that He will bless us and send us on the right path so that we can do what we would do in heaven here on earth, which is help one another to rejoice and be happy and be in love with the Creator, knowing that the Creator got their back, that He's sending folks to them that's going to be there for them. And we want to do that. My wife is a healer. She works with natural herbs. She has cleansing techniques to help detoxify these people. She's been training and been getting ready for this position forever. We just need a place to start doing the Lord's work, to help clean our people back, and at least bring our people back to God, help clean them, help bring them back to health, to help restore their faith in their Creator in the Most High. Yet still be human beings. We're not potato chips. We're human beings. We're not trying to make everybody plain or salty or this. You are you. We just want to bring you closer to God. Let me tell you. In the Bible, I read about John the Baptist, and I couldn't imagine eating locusts or wearing whatever that was he was wearing, because it sounded like it was itchy. Okay? So, if that man could suffer like that, to try to bring the word, to let folks know that he's coming, and to try to show folks that through baptism and joining him, and not asking for a penny. I'm sure people brought food and whatnot, but wasn't asking for that. We're not really asking for that either. Once we get this place up and going, it will give jobs to people. It won't be like a big mega church in the middle of nowhere, doing absolutely nothing for the masses that come to it. Just a few of them. They may feel good for Sunday and feel like they've done something for God, but in the end, they've done something for the pastor and not really anything for God. We need to do something for God. That's what I'm organizing folks to do. I'm a bishop. My wife is a minister. Now, there's a whole bunch of things we can get on concerning that, and I will in our next meeting. May God guide you and keep you and smile upon you every day, knowing that you're doing your very best to live righteous regardless of the circumstances you may find yourself in. Because if you're here, you're blessed. The only person that can't complain is a person that can't complain. A person who won't complain is a person who has his best interest in mind.